Okay, got a couple more games. Three. One, two. Couldn't get this one to run, but one, two, three games left. Gonna go with Alice in Another World. Some lewd artwork. Look at the screenshot. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it looks maybe like kind of Vampire Survivor-ish. Let's read the instructions. 2D top-down shooter. Mech pilot. That's cool. Greatest intergalactic empire in existence. Okay, so that's pretty cool. I like the backstory, a mixing of uh, science fiction, futuristic, and fantasy. That's really cool. I'm a big fan of both genres in video games and TV shows, books, everything. So I think I'm definitely liking the narrative of this. Um, WASD to move, dash, aim and shoot. All right, some mouse action. I love it. And skip dialogue. That's nice. It's good quality of life, even for a game jam. I think the little quality of life things that you can get in make it stand out. So we'll see how it feels. Run it. It's 2D, so I'm going to go full screen. Yeah, far, far away. He's so buff. Oh my god. It's got like 2% body fat. I think something should have popped up there. Made me click to advance, but it wasn't really any indication. It was just the background screen. I like that there is a, kind of dialogue system in. This is a lot of dialogue to start the game. Kind of want to, think, show and not tell, and this is a lot of exposition. Of course, it's a game jam, you're limited on time, but any of this could have been in a partially, cutscene, like timeline-based cinematic experience with actual game objects. I think it could have been so much better, right? Like, um, yeah, which is right now I want to take the time to read it because it's actually decent writing. I can tell there's a lot of time put into it. But I also want to get to the gameplay, and it's a little bit excessive at this point. Or maybe I'm supposed to be seeing some kind of cinematic thing and my computer's just messed up. Bang, bang, bang. That's just too much. It's just too much. Sorry. I know you spend a lot of time on this raid writing, but it's too much. Cool mech, though. I should be reading this. But it is actually a pretty cool backstory. Look at the relics. Get a little map. Explore. Nice dash. Movement. I continue walking for a little bit too long after I let go. Like, that's just... Oops. Oh, God. I guess not. Oh, no, you're gonna make me read it all again. Okay, I can skip the whole thing. Oh, thank goodness. How do I get to this? Bullet tail. Where's the seal? A lot of bad guys. Ooh, I'm taking damage. Trying to see on the map, but I don't see a seal on the map. Might just be far away. I don't know if there's something I'm supposed to pick up. Yeah, so I guess my comments about... Ooh, there's a bad guy. Wind relic should be in this area. Wrestle, wrestle. That's the thing, like... You gave me the option to skip, and so my criticism of... you know, there's too much dialogue can, you know, easily be discarded, like, well, you can just skip it, what's it matter? But I think there's a balance, right? Because I actually do like the narrative. You know, I started out, I said I'm a fan of fantasy and science fiction, and the writing seems pretty good. Like, it's an interesting backstory, and I actually really like the part about, you know, that's where you summon a hero, and it's a hero in need because your world needs a hero kind of thing, and that's cool. Cool little rationalization for the plot. So I would like to read through the dialogue and get some of that backstory, but just all up front in a bunch of text, just exposition, right? I think that's fantasy or fiction writing. 101 is to show and not tell. So that just having it all up front is so much text. You know, that felt like 10 minutes of text just to get to, you know, oh my god, this game's hard. Maybe a little bit too hard. Thank you, bud. Alright, let's go to the top right. The 4 corners of the world, I think, so it's right there. Different biomes, it's cool. Nope, there's a boundary there. It's back. Oh! Yeah, I'm saying, like, I would like to read some amount of backstory, and you know, world building, that kind of stuff. But just that balance and showing, not telling. Of course, you know, it's a lot to put together for a game jam, so gotta give you guys credit. Different enemy types. You know, there's the combat's pretty good for a you know, it feels like classic twin stick shooter. I like anything where I have a movement ability like a dash. Makes the combat feel just that much more dynamic, or like I have control. So I love that. Got 4 different enemies. That's kind of cool. Looks like this guy's doing very similar kind of attack as to the last one. He's not moving at all, so that might be gotta be a little bit more forgiving. I think if there was, I don't know if these different guys have different different bosses have different difficulties, but man, I'm getting wrecked, and I feel like I'm playing terribly. Maybe the scaling's too quick. It seems like there is a increase in the number of enemies being spawned. Maybe there's something where they just all catch up to you. But yeah, definitely would ramp up the difficulty much slower. Have adaptive difficulty on the bosses if possible. You know, the first boss you fight is easier. Maybe, you know, have the bosses spawned when, oh my gosh, when you get to them. That way you can dynamically present the easiest boss first. You know, the second hardest boss second, and everything like that, right? I think health bar could be good. I just for the first time looked at my health in the top left. The light text doesn't really stand out. Up in the left corner, I think a little health bar above the player would be much more... it would stand out more. It'd be easier to read so that I knew I'd had that feedback of when I'm taking damage. Because right now, I don't really have feedback for when I'm damaged because my eyes are focused on the center of the screen. And the health being so far, I don't know as I'm getting damaged that it's happening. I would have to look up into the corner and watch it, which is going to make me get damaged even more. Yeah, so I think giving that kind of feedback, or any kind of feedback that I got hit, you know, some particle effect coming off the mech, letting me know that I got hit. So, oh my gosh. I want to keep playing, though. I can't say it's a bad game. It's too difficult, but the combat is fun. Like, I want to keep playing. I want to get better and win. Definitely just too hard. I'm on the brink of being like, this is just too much. Especially since, you know, I've got to go look at some other games, too, and work on my own game. So, I want to feel a sense of progression, I think. I think that's natural for a player. Like, you want to feel like, you know, the challenge you have is just outside your ability, right? Like, right now I feel like it would take me a long time to get to a point where I could beat this, all 4 bosses. I can't even get a single one down. Like, I'm already at half health. And, oh, maybe you see it. I don't know how I was supposed to react to that first blast. It seems like I'm able to use my weapon to stop the other weapons, pretty generally. So that's good, but dash isn't enough, and they just do so much damage. Yeah, and that's probably a consequence of people who made the game, the team, having played it so much as they're developing it, that the difficulty is just more attuned to them versus a new player. When I made a Game Jam game for Game Dev Field Guide a while ago, I ran into the same thing. Like, that was the feedback on my game, just too difficult. And it was like, yeah, I knew the best strategy to use, and could do much better, and it felt a little bit more fair. There was more time to play for me, but everybody else was like, man, this is tough. And yeah, but I think this has a lot of potential for a game. I think it's fun for sure. If there were different variations in the bosses, all my weapons were down too. Variation in the bosses, different weapons, upgrades you can get to your mech. Some kind of healing would be nice. That might exist somewhere in there that I've just missed, but healing could be great. You know, all the standard stuff upgrades. I could see this being pretty fun. Again, I really like the backstory. Pretty cool backstory and just thematic elements. Definitely has a kind of old school, like, Zelda feel. Go get these 4 items of power, and then, you know, you'll save the world kind of thing, which, I mean, it's standard in a lot of fantasy. This is cool, it's reliable, and there's something, I don't know, just undeniably interesting about it, right? Like, there's something about us as humans, we just like the idea of some magical piece of magical item that's just out there somewhere undiscovered. If we find it, then we can, oh, I beat him! I beat one! Yes! Then we can, let's see if I can make it to a second one. If we can find that, then we can be important, we can be powerful, or prove our power, or be affirmed in our power, kind of like Zelda, where you have the Triforce of Courage, and it's like, oh, he already had it the whole time, you know, he was the courageous one, he was chosen for that, right? So in this one, it's analogous, like, you're the hero, you're chosen, so you're the one who can go and get these elements for us. Pretty fun. What's this to that? Is. Oh no. I killed him? How did I get these? I feel like I got some upgrades. I feel like I have more weapons than I did in previous run-throughs. I don't know, I don't remember seeing any upgrade or feedback that I picked something up. Definitely, well, let's talk about audio. So, the background music's cool. I think it fits the theme. It's like, you know, very driving, kind of high-tempo, action-oriented kind of soundtrack, which is great. Oh no, only 3 out of 4 active. No! Alright, I beat 2 of them. I think that's it for me, but, yeah, audio, obviously no sound effects. Definitely would like to see some sound effects. Feedback for when I'm getting hit, when I'm shooting my lasers, when an enemy dies, when particularly when the bosses die, have some fanfare for that. A little bit of polish, but again, it's a game jam. You get in what you can. Great work, team. It was fun. I like that one for sure. I think this was probably one of the more complete ones I've seen. It feels more complete in the game jam. So definitely gonna give this one some good ratings. But yeah, I think the biggest thing that's gonna keep it from being like the top one for me is just the difficulty, the beginning difficulty. I think if you ramped it up more, because you have to have some level of difficulty to make the game interesting, right? But just starting out a little bit easier, or being a little bit more forgiving with some health packs scattered around the map, ability to replenish your weapons once they break, I think would be really good. Like ability to come back instead of just like, well, now I've lost one of my blasters, it's going to become that much harder, 25% harder for me to beat the game now, because I'm just forever handicapped in that way, the damage I can do, and so I'm going to take more damage, be able to clear enemies less fast. So yeah, I think I would probably just balance it a little bit easier for the beginning, and if you can do some kind of adaptive or dynamic difficulty, it'd be awesome.